Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Let's Talk. I am your host, author Dre Lett. Come on in the room and have a seat so we can let's talk. Thank you for joining me for another fun filled week where we inform, inspire, and motivate. We get you going during these tough times and beyond. So glad that you're here to take part in another week of Let's Talk. Every week, I broadcast a show live on Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook. You can always be a part of the live virtual studio audience that you can chime in, ask questions, and partake in the show. Also, all the pre-recordings are there as well. So if you miss a week, you can always go back and catch up. They're all there. You can also purchase my books on my website, which is at dtlproduct.net, or on Amazon by typing in my name, Dre, D-R-E, space L-E-T-T. There you'll find a description of all my books and a bio of me. So, you guys, before I start the show this evening on a somber note, I definitely want to make sure that I give my thoughts and prayers to the children and teachers of Uvalde, Texas, that were tragically murdered on Tuesday, May 24th, 2022. It's so sad. I mean, I'm just so frustrated. I couldn't even imagine what it would be like to lose a young child that was gunned down so violently. When is it ever going to stop? Is it ever going to come a time when we can go to the grocery store, not be worried that somebody's going to come in shooting, go to the movie theater, just go anywhere? Now it's schools. It's just ridiculous, especially babies. They were 10 years old, fourth graders. It's so, so sad. We've got to do something about it. Put the politics aside and get it done. This boy turned 18 years old, and the day after his 18th birthday, went and purchased assault rifles. No serious background checks or anything, just bought them. I know here in Georgia, where I reside in Atlanta, unless you're a felon, you can buy a gun. You don't have to do it. Just buy the gun and you're free to go. It's ridiculous. So, our politicians, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever you are, you guys do fix it quick, because this is ridiculous when babies are gunned down. Those are my 2 cents. And my thoughts and prayers are going out to the victims and their lost, their loved ones. Okay, you guys. So this Friday is called Testimony Friday. In the Bible, it talks about how when you go through something, you're supposed to always look back and share what you went through so that other people can learn and so you can talk about how good God is. So I love to just call this Testimony Friday. And my guest coming on later, her name is Billie L. Johnson. She is a visionary and founder of Because She's My Sister Women's Ministry and Purpose Zone. She's here to talk about her personal testimony of depression, mental health issues, as well as domestic violence. She'll be on in a little bit shortly. So super excited to have her here. Like I said, it's always good to have a testimony and share what you've been through. So let me check in and see who's checking in from the Let's Talk fam, see if they've joined in yet. We got a couple viewers, several of you actually, not just a couple are saying something, but there's quite a few of you watching. Let's see here. Hubby says he's watching from the man cave. He's one of the producers. My cousin Diane, faithful viewer from Vegas, she says, hello, everyone. It's a 3-day weekend for some of us. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I love it because I get to just catch up on sleep, right? Maybe catch up on some movies as well. So excited about that. I'm going to check in a little later and see if anybody wants to say something, if they're not too shy. Like I said, I see quite a few of you watching, but if you don't want to, if you want to say something, by all means, say hello and give me a shout out where you're viewing from. So you guys, I have a special sponsor, a new sponsor. Well, actually, it's not a new sponsor, but a new ad, I should say. And I'm going to share those ads with you here shortly. If you ever, like I said, like I've always said before, if you ever want to be a sponsor of the show, reach out to us by going to the website, www.dtlproduct.net. Or you can send us a message on the Facebook page, Let's Talk, and we'll get back with you. You can have an ad made, you can have a flyer made, you can have me give a shout out of your business. I can run a ticker tape, whatever, wear your lipstick, your shirt, what have you. I'm all about promoting small businesses. So reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to, me and my team will discuss it with you. All right. So without further ado, let's take a listen from an ad from our sponsors, and we'll be back after this message.
Everybody, my name is Herman Wims. I'm a master herbalist, herbal practitioner. There's a difference. I'm not a medical doctor. I don't offer medical advice. I offer herbal healing advice. Okay, and as you can see, I offer a whole array of different herbs. Herbs are what helps the body to be healthy. Your body's made of minerals. Where do you get these minerals? From Mother Nature's herbs. Okay, and when you're diagnosed with high blood pressure, diabetes, you're not supposed to live with those diseases. You can reverse those things, because if you don't, if you try to manage it, it will get worse over time. Let Mother Nature reverse your disease. Give me a call, 770-714-9107. Let's have a conversation about getting you off of those meds. I don't take people off their medications, their doctors does. I just assist them in getting off.
All right. So that's a message from our sponsors. So excited to have them as always. And again, if you guys ever, if somebody out there wants to be a sponsor of the show, just reach out to us by way of sending a message in Messenger on the Facebook Let's Talk with Author Dre Lett page, or going to the website at dtlproduct.net. And at the bottom of the website says contact us, shoot us a message, and somebody will get back with you. All right. So without further ado, let me see if anybody else is checking in. Yes, I see some more people checking in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Kojak, I see you, super family. How are you, sir? I know a lot of people are out celebrating the Memorial Day weekend, but it's all good. I see several of you watching. If you're too shy to say anything, it's all good. Most viewers during holidays and so forth, they'll go back and watch the pre-recording. So if you're watching this in the pre-recording phase of it, just know that every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can be a part of the live virtual audience as well. So, okay, so without further ado, let me introduce my guest. I'm so excited to have her on. Like I said, I'm a big proponent of sharing what you've been through, giving your testimony, because that's what God wants you to do. I believe sometimes God takes you through things so you will share a testimony, so you will praise Him. So, this woman coming up, she has an amazing story. All right. So there she is, Miss Billie L. Johnson. Let me read her bio to you guys, okay? So Billie L. Johnson is the visionary and founder of Because She's My Sister Women's Ministry and the Purpose Zone. The organization is a vessel full of testimonies set aside for the master's use. Billie believes God has used her life struggles, weakness, and story all for his glory. She uses her voice and her pen to share her testimonies and to bring awareness to depression, mental health issues, as well as domestic violence. She is a devoted and loving mother of four and grandmother of seven who has faced her past to change her today. She's the author of Depression and the Woman of God, My Journey to Healing, and another book, Visions, Goals, and Dreams 12-Month Planner. So, you guys, without further ado, let's welcome Miss Billie L. Johnson to the virtual stage. Hi, Miss Billie, how are you?
Hello, hello, hello. I am good. How are you?
I'm doing well as could be. I'm so excited that you are on. It's always a pleasure to have people share their testimonies and how they're giving back and what they're doing. I'm just so excited that you reached out to me. I said, I got to have her on. Absolutely. Absolutely. So tell me, what made you decide to write this amazing book?
Well, during the pandemic, I was like, God, what am I going to do? Not like I was doing much before the pandemic, but when the pandemic hit, it kind of stirred something in me. And I said, okay, I'm going to write a book. And I kept trying to write this other book that I wanted to write. But God kept putting this title in my spirit:
Mm,
Depression and the Woman of God, My Journey to Healing. And the more I tried to write the other book, the more God dropped this title. So I was like, okay, I wasn't sure if I wanted to write about my journey through depression, but then God reminded me that He delivered me for a reason. He brought me through for a reason. And it would be very selfish of me to sit on my testimony.
mm,
So I sat down and I realized that through my journaling all these years, my book was always there.
oh,
My
wow.
book was always there. So I began to go through my notebooks and everything, and there it was. And the more I wrote my book, the more God He just revealed Himself so much to me, and just so many things that He has planned for me to do. There was a time in my life that I thought I had no purpose at all.
Mm,
I thought that I was just here. But the more I wrote, the more God began to reveal His plans for me.
mm,
And I wrote it, and it was awesome writing the book. I did realize that there were some things that I hadn't addressed, but writing the book gave me the opportunity to address them also, and just grow. I grew.
I love hearing that. Wow. So how has you said you grew from writing the book? Has it enabled you to get the voice and reach out to others and share with them what you've gone through?
Yes, I at one time I didn't have a voice,
Mm,
and through writing my book, it gave me a voice. And I often say that I am the voice for my sisters that have not found their voices yet.
mm,
So this book has really it awakened the purpose inside of me. It awakened my voice. And I think it's Madeline Albright. She said before, she said, I didn't always have a voice, but now that I have it, I won't be quiet. So
mm.
I won't be quiet. I tell my testimony as often as I can to anybody, whether they're listening or not.
It's all good. Wow. I love how you said you have a voice and you're not going to be quiet. That's exactly what he wants you to do is to share, you know. And there are a lot of women that feel as though they don't have a voice. They're too shy to
Right.
speak or don't want to speak up. That's awesome that you do that. That's awesome. So,
And
tell me about chapter 3, girl, where it says, "Stop this
ooh,
ride. I want to get off." Come on now. Tell me about that. Wow.
chapter 3 is just packed full of oh so much. Um, Stop this ride. I want to get off. I grew up undiagnosed depression,
Mm,
and I was labeled as a bad kid, but I wasn't bad. I was sad.
mm,
But the more that label was placed on me, the more I began to walk in what people said that I was. And as I grew older, as I grew up, I began to take on other people's what they thought I was and what they thought I should be. So I was on a ride with everybody else, but not knowing who I was myself. So, chapter 3, it talks about, my journey from, discovering who I was. The best part about chapter 3, though, is when I tell my Damascus experience testimony. You
mm,
see, I was a drug addict for years, I
mm,
was an alcoholic for years. And I used drugs and alcohol to help me cope with the depression or to not want to see or realize that it was depression. But one weekend, I had been up partying all weekend, and I had my bestie was there with me, and we were passed out,
mm,
passed out in the. She was in the bedroom. I think I was passed out in the hallway.
mm,
But God spoke into my spirit as I lay there, passed out in my mess.
mm,
God spoke into my spirit, hallelujah.
mm,
And He said, "Get up, my child." And when I got up, there was an urgency in me to get to the church. But see, it wasn't just any church. It was the church that was directly across the street from the liquor store that I went to 3 and 4 times a day.
wow.
It was right down the street from the drug house that thought I was sneaking in and out of.
Mm,
That's where God wanted me. And I tell you, I walked into that church in the same clothes that I had passed out in. I had not combed my hair. I had not brushed my teeth. And I'm so sure that I know the usher probably smelled me
mm,
coming in. But you know what? I got in that church and I sat on the back pew and I cried.
mm,
No, I wept. I wept. You see, although my body wasn't tired, my soul was.
mhm,
And God said, it's time for me to get up.
Wow.
And I believe that He wanted me at that little church for the other people around there, the drug addicts and the alcoholics, to see, oh, I remember her.
Mm,
Wow, what happened? And then I could say what God had done for me, He can do for you also. Because you see, a lot of people that are going through depression, a lot of drug addicts and alcoholics, they're they're on that ride. Like I
mm,
said, stop this ride. I want to get off.
mhm,
A lot of them want to get off of that ride, but a lot of them don't see their way off. They
mm,
don't know what's waiting for them when they get off of that ride. And God wanted me to be that one for them to look at and say, hey,
mhm,
I remember her,
mhm.
you
Wow.
know. So stop this ride. I want to get off.
Mhm. Wow, what a testimony. You're so right. You're so right that, wow, I'm speechless. That's an amazing testimony. You know, he uses people, and he, I believe he used you so that others could see, to where you've written a book, you speak on it, you've developed and created groups. That's amazing.
You
That
know,
is, and that's God, definitely. Mhm.
it's been 10 years.
Wow.
And when I say that God took the taste out of my mouth,
Mm,
He took the taste out of my mouth. And I thank Him for that. You know, He gave me a hunger and a thirst for Him. And I thank Him for that. You know, like I said, I didn't always have a voice.
mhm,
I didn't know I had a purpose. I never thought that I wouldn't be drunk.
mm.
I never thought that I would be happy, because it was depression and it was addiction.
Wow.
I was a functioning, I was going to work, I was raising my kids, but I still had those things,
Mhm,
you know. And when the Lord, He delivered me from the drugs and the alcohol, which meant I had to face the depression.
mm,
I didn't have those vices to cover it up anymore. So I had to face the depression, but I could only do that with the strength that God gave me.
mm,
And in the beginning, I didn't realize that. In the beginning, I thought that once I got saved, the drugs and alcohol was gone, everything was going to go magically. But see, that's not the case. A lot of times in church, we're taught to believe, or we automatically believe that we're not supposed to be depressed in the church. Well, there's examples in the Bible of
mm,
people that were depressed. Hannah was
mm,
depressed.
mhm.
Elijah was depressed. It's a human emotion, but we have to get to the point where we identify it, acknowledge it,
Mhm.
and then address it.
Definitely, definitely. Wow. So what would you tell someone that may be watching that's going through depression in silence, that is afraid to say anything, is afraid to do anything about it? What would you advice would you give them?
I would tell them that it's okay to talk about it. It is okay to talk about it. I sat on a church pew for years in silence. No one knew that I was depressed. You know, we go to the altar for everything. We pray over our finances, we pray for our physical health. I didn't know how to ask for help with my mental state, so I sat in silence. But
Wow.
see, now I know that it's okay to talk about it. We have to make that step, because a lot of people aren't going to see us as
Mhm.
depressed unless we identify, address, and acknowledge it ourselves.
Mm.
I had that mask on, I had that fake smile down, and once I wrote the book, people are like, wow, I didn't know that. Well,
Wow.
I don't fault them because I didn't tell them. I
Mhm.
didn't reach out for help, you
Mm.
know. But there came a time where the Lord placed a Christian counselor in my path, and she helped me through it because she understood not only the mental and emotional battle that I was in, she also understood the spiritual battle that I was in.
Mhm.
So I say again, it's okay to talk about it. It is okay to talk about it. You know, we fight depression with our faith, the Word of God, and professional help.
Mhm.
And you
Definitely.
have to have enough faith to say, okay, I know that I can get through this, but you have to reach out. You have to let someone know that you're going through depression. And that's a lot of people that suffer in silence, like I was, just thinking that someone was going to say this super duper prayer and it would all go away. And that's not how it works. That's
Mhm.
not how it works.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it's okay to talk about it. God has not forgotten you. And again, it's okay to talk about it. You're not alone.
Wow. Oh my gosh. That's so good. That's great advice. So people know. Just come out and just like you say, talk about it and get some help, definitely. So tell me about the group that you founded, because she's my sister, Women's Ministry in the Purpose Zone. Tell me more about that.
Okay, because she is my sister, is actually it goes back to the beginning of me with my book. I was told that I needed a page for my book. So once again, me thinking I'm knowing what's needed,
Mhm.
I set myself out to create a page for my book, and I couldn't come up with a name. The Lord kept saying because she's my sister. But I'm like, what does that got to do with my book? Lord kept saying, because she is my sister, because she is my sister. Then I thought about it,
Mm.
because my sisters need a sister that's going to understand.
Mhm.
My sisters need a sister that has been there. You know, I've
Wow.
been, like I say, I'm a vessel full of testimonies. You know, I've been through domestic violence.
Mm.
I survived domestic violence. I speak, at different events about the domestic violence. The Lord delivered me from drugs, alcohol, all of these things. And a lot of people, a lot of women on Facebook, they're there and they're like I was. I didn't know which group I fit into. I didn't know which group was going to, accept the authentic me. And because she's my sister, is somewhere where, okay, I know how you feel. I know how it feels to feel out of place because I'm your sister.
Wow.
And because I'm your sister, I'm going to love you regardless. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to inspire you. And I'm going to uplift you. And
Mm.
I'm going to pray for you.
I love it. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's beautiful that you give back and you help others in such a wonderful, amazing way. Wow.
The purpose zone, the
Okay.
purpose zone, that is, God gave me that. And I was like, okay, He gave me it months ago. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this title, the purpose zone? But I began to think about the importance of coaches. In this social media world, it's full of coaches, but
Mhm.
there's also a lot of women that have a desire to move from point A to point B that can't afford those coaches.
Mm.
So I say that I am the bridge between the couch and the coach,
Mm.
because I've been on the couch desiring to do more. I have the ideas in my head. I have the desire. I have that burning in my belly to do something, you know. But I need that guidance to, okay, what's the next step I need to take? Where do I go from here? You know, and that's where coaches come in. But there's a lot of women like I was, like I still am, that
Mhm.
can't afford the coaches. So
Okay.
in the purpose zone, it's designed to, there's purpose sessions where we'll do different exercises and different things to for women to discover their purpose. And I also have it where there's different coaches in the purpose zone, not coaches that are going to charge you. I'm looking for coaches that are ready to give back, sow into our sisters, a coach that understands the sister assignment,
Okay.
coaches that see a sister trying and
Mhm.
say, "Come on, sis, I got you. Don't
Mm.
worry about it. I got you."
Mhm.
And that brings kind of makes me kind of teary right now because I wish that I knew more so that I could give more. I wish that I had more to give to my sisters. But God has given me this vision of the purpose zone. And I
Mhm.
know that there's coaches that God has preordained for the purpose zone. And I want to let those coaches know that when they hear this, to connect with me
Mhm.
because something is going to stir inside of them when they hear this.
Mhm.
When
Don't
they
know.
hear
Mm.
about their sister that needs, I think about the verse Acts 3 6 through 9, where Paul and one of the other ones, they're walking by this lame man, and the man is begging for money. I think Paul says, "Silver and gold I have not, but what I have I give to you. Take up
Mm.
thy bed and walk.
Mhm.
Take up thy bed and walk." Is so many, like I said, like I was, and like I still am. I still need coaches, and I'm still, there was a time where I didn't understand the importance of a coach until God began to download all of these ideas and all of these things into me. And I have, well, I don't claim fibromyalgia, but I have the symptoms. And sometimes my brain doesn't, click at the right time as far as gathering information and things. So, yes, I need coaches too, and I thank God that He has placed certain coaches in my path that are willing to work with me.
Mm.
So, yes, the purpose zone. I don't know why I went there, but
But no, it's all good. And you're correct. I'm going to put your information at the bottom of the screen because, all too often we always hear about people wanting to charge and how much does it cost. And sometimes, if God has blessed you, for those out there listening, if God has blessed you and you have experience, donate your time back, give back, because that's what it's all about. And Billie's looking for coaches that are experienced, that can help, definitely. Everybody's always
and
wanting to make a buck, and sometimes it's not even all about that.
I truly believe in my heart that when you pour into other people, God is going
Mhm.
to bless you.
Oh my goodness, twice
God
fold.
is going to bless
Mhm.
you.
That's
you
right.
know and I do understand about business. I'm not saying for just forget about your business. God give us talents and skills to have businesses, but He also give us a heart to help those that need the help.
Mhm.
It might be a business owner in the making that's waiting on a business coach to help her to get to the next step, for her to be able to help the next sister and the next sister,
Mhm,
because she is my sister, and
mhm.
because I understand the sister assignment. It's an assignment, and we're all supposed to help each other and encourage each other and inspire each other and
Right.
uplift each other.
That's so true.
So
Oh my
take
goodness,
up
that's
our
so true.
bed and walk.
That's it. You're so right. Because, if you don't give back and you don't help others, ooh, I fear the Lord, anything can happen. So you're right. You have to give back. Definitely, definitely. So, Billy, tell us, what other projects are you involved in? What's next on the horizon for you? You're just so busy doing it all.
All by the grace of God, I just had, because she is my sister, just had her 1 year anniversary.
Oh, okay.
And yes, we turned a year old. And before, because she is my sister, I was on Facebook, but I was in the background. I posted a lot, but I never went live. I never, you know, never did much of anything. But God showed me that even with my posting then, it was encouraging people. So God has brought me out. I have my book, because, President and
Awesome.
Woman of God, and
Love it.
I have my planner, and now I'm working on my prayer journal.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on now, along with getting everything, my proposal and everything together for the Purpose Zone. I'm also researching how to have, because she is my sister, into a nonprofit organization.
Okay.
And that way, when there's coaches that need to be paid, the organization can help sisters, those in the homeless shelters and in the domestic violence shelters, that's starting their new lives and
Hmm.
need that extra, maybe a life coach or business coach.
Right.
So that's something that I'm really looking into and working on too.
Outstanding. Outstanding. I love it. Well, do you mind if a couple of people have some questions for you? Do you, let's see, let's put this one up. Okay. So Leanna says, any suggestions on how you can become a certified coach to help others?
Any suggestions? I've been researching that myself. So I did run across a group, and I'm so sorry I can't think of the name right now, but I will get it and drop it in the chat. But I am pursuing a certificate in life coaching and purpose coach or life coach, basically the same, I think. So I will get that information and I will drop it into the chat. But yes, a certified coach, I am on my way. I'm
Yeah.
coming to get you, sis.
I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. That's great. That is such a blessing. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, and then this person, she just wanted to make a comment, and she says, when people see you walking and living your testimony, they want to know how you got there and how they can accomplish it also. Well done. Absolutely. So you
Thank
you went through the struggles and so forth, but God, he rescued you so that you could look back and share and give back.
you.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
love it. And that's why when you reached out to me, I said, I got to have her on because I always want to inspire, and motivate, because it could be somebody watching this that's going through a tough time.
yeah.
Definitely going through a
And
tough.
I always say, even it might be someone tomorrow, next month, next year might run across this. See, it's for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It's for somebody. And when it reaches that somebody, it's going to change their life.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely. Most definitely. Well, I thank you so much for coming on, Miss Billy. Anything you want to share with the audience? Definitely, I'm going to post your information scrolling down at the bottom of the screen if you want to verbally tell them how they can reach out to you or contact you.
Okay, I am on Facebook. I am Billie L. Johnson on Facebook. And I also have the group Because She's My Sister is on Facebook. My website is www.bljohnson, because she's my sister, ran all together.com. And you can you can reach me email info at bljohnson, because she's my sister.com also.
Awesome. I
If
love
you
it.
know of if you know of anyone that's struggling with depression, gift them the book. Gift it to them. You know, a lot of times people, they'll read before they talk.
Yeah.
They'll read about it before they talk about it. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
so just reading someone else's testimony will encourage them to say, "Hey, let me make a
Yeah.
move."
Absolutely. I love it. And also, Billy, a lot of my viewers, they go back and watch after the fact, after the pre-recording. So make sure you go back and check the comment section, because there could be somebody out there saying, "Hey, I'll be a coach," that kind of thing. So, um,
I sure will.
yeah. And again, you guys, when God blesses you, give back, give back. Everything isn't always about making money. So, definitely. Well, Miss Billy, I thank you so much for coming on. You keep soaring, you keep striving. I see nothing but great things for you. And if you ever want to come back, you're more than welcome to come back and share with us what's going on and how viewers can help you. Definitely. And I will
Thank
keep you
you
in my
so
prayers. And we as sisters, we're gonna keep doing this thing, right?
much. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yay.
And it's been awesome being here. You know, I prayed before I came on, and everything just flowed or flowed.
Uh-huh.
So
Absolutely.
I thank God for that. You made it so easy for me to just come forth and bring it, So thank you so much.
Thank you. And I'll be in touch, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye. I love that. Oh my gosh. I love hearing stories of how people made it, how they overcame different obstacles in their lives. Life is funny in that like the Bible says, sometimes God will allow you to go through things so that you can give a testimony and share and help others so they don't have to go through it, or you can help them pull them through it. So that's what it's all about, giving back. Definitely. And if anybody's watching the show that has a gift or a talent, as she mentioned, to be a coach, definitely reach out to her. Put it in the comment section. She's going to go back and review those and just give back. Definitely. So thank you, Miss Billie L. Johnson, for coming on Let's Talk. Okay, you guys. So now we've got the Let's Talk Hollywood moment from actor, comedian Donald Lett. So he's going to tell us what's going on in Hollywood.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Donald Lett, aka Hollywood Time. So check this out. We got a lot to talk about. There's some stuff going on. There's some stuff that I'm gonna keep talking about. Will Smith, all this other jazz, you know what I mean? Rihanna, all this other stuff that's going on in Hollywood, da-da-da. So what I want to talk about first, so Bad Boys 4 is greenlit, all right? It's coming out. Obviously, they don't care about Will Smith slapping somebody and doing what it's coming out. So they said, you know what? We're going to do this film. Congratulations, you know what I mean? Now, he just did a new Netflix interview about, how he had this premonition about how he was going to lose everything. And, a lot of people link it thinking this is an interview right after the slap, but it wasn't. This was pre-Oscar slap. So I watched the interview, and it was very interesting to me on how he was just, I don't pass no judgment on nobody, okay? I don't. But, the way he was talking and the way he kind of, he seems like, Will Smith, you might need some help. You really might need some help. I wish you could get all the help you can. I think you love the work as an actor, but I think he's more in love with the fame. Because if you just wanted to do the work, you could act in anything. You're Will Smith, you know what I mean? You've proven to have the chops, but I think you like that fame, that attention. Why is that? Do you know what I mean? So, you know that's kind of going away, or some people kind of feeling some way about you. You could tell in his face that, oh man, I'm about to lose my fame. Not the opportunity, but the fame, you know? So, that being said, look at, can you believe this? A fly flying around me right while I'm trying to do a show. Can you believe that? Anyway, so I really pray for this brother to really get some help that he could get and do his thing and you know. So, Rihanna just had her baby. Congratulations, girl. Barbados baby. Barbados baby. Oh yeah. Yeah, so I never thought in a million years that, you know, she would be with what's his name? I forgot the rapper's name. I forgot his name. But that is beautiful. You know what I mean? They got together. You can tell it's true love. There's something there. I want to wish Rihanna all the best. You know what I mean? I think she'll be an excellent mom and everything. God bless you, sister. God bless you. So this Johnny Depp thing going on, it's still going on. It's like, you know, all this new stuff that's coming out with it is like, okay, it's like, oh, he pooped in the bed? Oh, okay. I wonder why. Only 2 people poop in the bed, babies and drunk men. I wonder which one he was. Yeah, okay. It's starting to get really weird. You know, stuff is coming out that you're like, I don't want to know about all that. I don't want to know about all that. Yeah, so Ray J made a little statement saying that he can't get no work in Hollywood because of the Kim sex tape. Brother, from what I'm looking at, you getting a lot of work. Matter of fact, you got more work because that tape. So what are you talking about? Is there another Ray J around here that I don't know about? What's going on? So yeah, I don't know why he would say something like that. You know, why you keep talking about it, for one?
And that is actor, comedian Donald Lett giving us his spoof on Hollywood, what's going on in Hollywood. So appreciate him so much. That's my bro, my baby bro. Okay, you guys. So as we close out the show, I want to thank my guest, Miss Billie L. Johnson, for coming on and sharing with us her testimony, what she's gone through and how God has delivered her and how she's given back. And again, if you guys are out there, you're a coach or you have a resource or something you want to give back, reach out to her. She'll put her information in the comment section of this show. And you can always go back and rewind and see her information down there at the bottom of the screen. So make sure you give back. Everything isn't always about making money. Sometimes you got to give back if God's blessed you, definitely. So as we close out the show, just want to leave you with this quote that I saw in light of everything that's going on. It basically says, you can't control everything. Sometimes you just need to relax and have faith that things will work out. Let go a little and just let life happen. And that is from Cody Keppelinger. So I thought that was befitting for all the things that are going on right now. You guys, we got to stay prayed up. We got to stay safe. You got all kind of viruses out here. Some monkey viruses out here now. You got COVID mutating, people shooting. Stay prayed up. Stay prayed up. That is the best thing you can do right now, is stay prayed up and help your neighbor and help each other. Do one good thing for one person each day and you can affect 365 lives. So again, stay prayed up, help somebody, open the door for somebody, say a kind word. If you have a gift or a talent that you can help somebody, always give back. So if no one has told you that they love you this week or today, know that I love you. I appreciate you tuning into the show, and I'll see you next week. And with those words, I'm out.